I mean, I think she launched a fake Me Too allegation against him, and she's lived to regret doing it because virtually every allegation she has made has fallen apart. And so for her to be honored for doing that, to try to ruin a man over absolutely nothing, is a scandal. Yeah. And obviously they're looking for big stars to come here and generate pages on their magazines, but that was very wrong.
Right. My life was influenced most by my mother, sitting here tonight, Willie Elaine McAlpin.
Megyn Kelly revealed something about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds that they had tried to keep hidden during the 100 Gala event. Their flawless reputation quickly fell apart when Kelly openly accused Blake of using manipulative methods on stage. The whole room watched in shock as the perfect image Blake and Ryan had built over the years started to crumble. After the embarrassing moment, the couple reportedly had a full breakdown behind the scenes, furious and completely overwhelmed. Sources say they were yelling at their team and blaming others for not protecting them from the public embarrassment. What's even more surprising is the claim that Blake has been secretly using the people closest to her, even her own mother, just to keep her public image spotless. The truth behind their carefully managed lives is now out, and it's causing a lot of whispers among the biggest names in Hollywood.
Blake and Ryan and her mother decided to attend the TIME100 Gala. There they are. Look, I got to be honest, they are trying so hard. All these photos are just so ridiculous. Look at the gown. This photo really took the cake for me. And I don't know if you noticed over here. Who is this woman? She is my spirit animal because she wants nothing to do with this malarkey. She's like, oh, God, get me out of here. Now, this one right here, you're going to see in a second. That's Leslie Sloan. There she is. Here's my hero. Whoever, I don't know who that is, but I love her stone face. And there's Leslie Stone, which we get at for the first time. She doesn't tend to like to be in the press, but we're going to put her in the press. There she is with Blake's mother, Ryan, on the red carpet as they get ready for photo ops, having a good time. Look how much fun they are having at the red carpet event because, you know, that's what couples who are suffering with traumatic, crippling fear and harassment do is they go out and smile for cameras and act like there's nothing happening. You know, Ryan looks terrified. Like Ryan genuinely stuck between these women. All a PR stunt. I'm like uncomfortable. I'm visibly uncomfortable watching them sort of force themselves to events. So we were all asking, why are they at this event?
The 100 Gala was meant to be a glamorous night full of excitement, with celebrities dressed in stunning outfits ready to celebrate the world's most powerful figures. However, what started off as a sparkling evening quickly turned into a disaster for Blake Lively. Megyn Kelly confidently walked onto the stage, smiling warmly as she looked around the room packed with famous faces and powerful executives. The audience expected the usual lighthearted speech, but that changed the moment Kelly focused on Blake's table. With a serious tone, Kelly spoke about how true influence comes with honesty, hinting that Blake's public image was built on lies. The room grew tense as Kelly revealed contradictions in Blake's stories about her brand Betty Buzz. Kelly claimed that instead of crafting mixers at home with her mother, professionals were hired to create the products while Blake sold a more charming version. Blake's face reportedly turned pale, and Ryan Reynolds, normally quick with a joke, sat frozen and silent. Kelly continued exposing how Blake exaggerated her humble beginnings, hiding her wealthy background and Hollywood connections. The audience could barely breathe as Kelly revealed uncomfortable truths. Finally, Kelly accused Blake of using her motherhood image for business, leaving Blake visibly panicked and shaken.
Are you going to be avoiding her inside because she's expected to be here with Ryan?
I have a feeling she's going to be avoiding me. I won't be avoiding anybody. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. And what do you think of her new movie, Another Simple Favor? People are saying she's feuding with Anna. Do you believe that? Or?
I couldn't care less, but I do care when people bastardize Me Too allegations against, people who don't deserve it. And I think, notwithstanding the fact that they can lawyer up with very powerful PR people and lawyers and so on, we have to be very clear-eyed on what looks real and what doesn't and call it out when it isn't. Otherwise, no one who's actually experienced these things is going to be believed.
Well, I mean, I got to give Megyn Kelly, hold on, this is going to hurt me to say, so much credit here for basically saying, we don't care about her movie, A Simple Favor 2 or whatever. Who cares? The point is, if she made up these Me Too allegations, which Megyn Kelly rightfully says pretty much every one of her allegations has been explained away, then she's bastardizing a movement. So this gets in the way of real victims. By standing up against somebody who made something up, if she did, you are clearing the path so victims have a sort of a highway, a transportation to get to the authorities, to get to the people that can help them, whether it be to share their story and be believed. It gets rid of the boy who cried wolf, if Blake Lively is that.
And what do you think of Hugh Jackman and Taylor Swift getting dragged into this? Like, do you think it's unfair or?
Well, I mean, look, either Taylor Swift is her dragon or she isn't. I don't know. That's what Blake Lively says, so I guess I'll have to take her at her word, even though I really shouldn't. So if I were Taylor, I'd speak out about it. Obviously, she's reportedly distanced herself from Blake Lively. All right.
Yeah, there it is. So Taylor Swift deciding not to comment really at all publicly about this shows that she's keeping her distance.
The whispers around the ballroom were only the start of a much bigger drama. Once Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds rushed backstage, the real chaos began. Away from flashing cameras, the famous couple who usually appeared flawless completely fell apart. Instead of staying for photos or chatting with other celebrities, they rushed off, clearly shaken. Witnesses backstage said Blake, known for her graceful public image, completely lost control. She reportedly screamed in frustration and even threw her phone across the room in anger, far from the calm figure she shows in interviews. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds, usually the charming, funny guy, wasn't cracking jokes. He was pacing and urgently calling their public relations team, trying to handle the fallout. One staff member said he didn't seem anything like the relaxed persona he shows to the world. Blake was furious, yelling that Kelly had no right to expose her like that. Ryan tried to calm her down, but she was too upset to listen. Sources claim Ryan told Blake they needed to coordinate their story before speaking publicly, hinting that much of their public image is carefully scripted. Blake blamed their team for not warning them and demanded someone be fired. She even reportedly tried to have all footage of Kelly's speech deleted, threatening legal action. As rumors swirled, a deeper issue surfaced. Megyn Kelly exposed that Blake had been using her mother's story to sell her Betty Buzz brand. Blake often talked about learning from her mom, but insiders revealed her mother had little involvement. Private messages showed Blake pushing her team to lean harder on the mother story to boost sales. Even though Elaine, her mother, rarely helped with the products, Blake continued using her image for marketing. Those close to Elaine say she feels uncomfortable and trapped, worried that speaking out could damage her relationship with her daughter. Despite everything, Blake's team has stayed silent, refusing to address the growing controversy.
I have so much to say about the last 2 years of my life, but tonight is not the forum.
So does that mean she's going to do an Oprah interview? Oh my God, bring it on.
What I will speak to separately is the feeling of being a woman who has a voice today.
Sorry, I keep interrupting, but I got a commentary, and I'm so sick of her saying, a woman who has a voice today, as if she didn't have a voice previously. Girl, you have one of the loudest voices I've seen in Hollywood. You stole the entire damn movie from Justin. You threatened him. I will not promote this unless I get this. I will not do this unless you get that. I will not sign that until I get this. You have the biggest voice I've seen. I've watched far too many interviews. You're all about authorship and getting your way. So don't you dare keep trying to play like you are a woman that doesn't have a voice.
And since I could speak, because of the pain, caution, and fight of the many women who have paved the way and the men who stood beside them.
Oh, thank you all women for allowing me to take this man's movie and be a mean girl and do whatever I want. Thank you, women. I hope you're proud of me now. Are you proud, women? Let me know in the comments as you're watching.
Millions I will never know the name of, because every life, every act, big or small, affects another. Before I say more, I want to warn that I will speak about tonight covers trauma, so please feel free to step away if you need.
Yeah, just leave the gala, go into the lobby, I guess, and sorry, because I got to share a story to help my PR.
My life was influenced most by my mother, sitting here tonight, Elaine McAlpin.
Oh, Blake's mother! Oh, I don't know what's worse, when celebrities need affection or if they need to have now their parents get affection.
She's an eternal optimist, and she's always leaving me messages, hooping and hollering and saying, "Woo, life's just a bowl of cherries." It's true, always. And she'll get your number tonight. She'll leave you those messages, so please be warned.
Oh my God, steer clear. Steer clear, people.
But at her urging and her unwavering bravery, she wanted me to share with you that she is a survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman.
She's using the Time 100 Gala to reveal this? Girl, did you forget you had a whole movie about this that you refused to talk about? That literally, someone's like, what do people do if they have this and they want to talk about the subject matter? Oh, they can get my social security number or my location share. I don't know. Like, you did everything in your power to avoid this topic. And you had a mom who went through it. And now you're dropping it out during this whole drama that's backfired on you. And you thought this is the time and place? And how convenient that People Magazine's there with their iPhone to catch and post this evening. Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
I've watched her conceal her raw and undeserved shame my entire life. So as her daughter, being asked to share this today is monumental.
Thanks, Mom, for giving me your moment so I can look like a victim through you. This is like when Amber took her assistant's story. Do you guys remember? I didn't think that she could get worse, but I'm speechless.
We name it, we change it. Just as our fellow Time 100 honoree, the incredible Giselle Pellicot, put it to every woman who understood. It's not for us to have shame. It's for them.
The silence from Blake Lively's team said more than any words could. As they refused to answer questions about Blake's use of her mother's story, Megyn Kelly kept going, revealing even more shocking details. She didn't just focus on Blake's family image. She laid out a detailed timeline, showing years of contradictions that hinted Blake's entire public persona might be fake. Kelly showed clips where Blake gave completely different explanations for how she got her big break. One time saying she was discovered randomly while shopping, another time claiming she went through long auditions. The room grew tense as Kelly pointed out more inconsistencies. Blake once told Vogue she hated working out, but Kelly showed private videos of her training with a famous fitness coach. Former co-stars even told Kelly that Blake would steal improvised lines and claim them as her own. Stylists said Blake often took full credit for designs that were actually crafted by professionals. Then Kelly revealed the biggest shock. Blake's business, which she claimed was built from scratch, was actually funded by wealthy Hollywood contacts. Documents proved that family friends and executives gave her early support. Kelly also exposed how Blake kept changing the story behind her Betty Buzz brand, claiming at different times it was inspired by her grandmother, a European bartender, or simply market research. When it came to her Met Gala dresses, Kelly presented proof that multiple designers, not Blake, created the gowns she claimed to design herself. The most damaging part came when Kelly turned to Blake and Ryan's relationship. She showed how their most spontaneous Instagram moments almost always happen just before product launches or movie releases. A former publicist admitted their funny social media posts were written and edited by teams, not off-the-cuff jokes. It was even revealed that Blake's surprise visits to Ryan's movie sets were staged in advance, complete with hired photographers. Former eyes. Friends confessed that once the cameras were off, Blake and Ryan acted completely different, cold and detached. Kelly pointed out how they posted extra loving photos online whenever rumors about their marriage troubles surfaced. By the end of Kelly's shocking presentation, the crowd wasn't just surprised. They were questioning how much of any Hollywood relationship is real at all.
Intentionally positioned yourself as the face of your many businesses, which obviously has a huge upside. You can feature Deadpool in these commercials. People know who you are. The downside is you cannot always control what the internet is saying about you.
What I love is he's like, oh, is this softball interviewer actually trying to go somewhere that I told her we're not allowed to go? He's like,
what the headlines are saying about you. So how has that media attention impacted your brand, your businesses?
I mean, it's a good question. And she didn't ask the elephant in the room, but she kind of did, right? She's like, how does all the negative attention affect your businesses? Because if you scroll through the comments of this video, whoo, Team Justin all the way. But let's hear his response.
No, it's like Tina Fey says, if you're feeling good about yourself, just go online.
I mean, that's true, but of course he has to position himself right away as the victim.
Which is so true. Honestly, I give a lot of talks to students about storytelling and about, how you can do it in different buckets. You can do it in unexpected ways. My company's North Star is bringing people together in smart, fun, and unexpected ways. And when I do these talks, sometimes the last one I did, I mentioned that the greatest superpower I ever had in my life, I'm not talking about just my career or anything, was knowing who I am. And when you're young and you're in your 20s, you're trying, at least I was, you're trying on personalities like they're shirts. You're literally just, I'll be this person, I'll be that person. And one day you've stolen from 1,000, so you're a genius, not a thief. And
thank you for finally admitting you stole it from a lot of people.
While people were still trying to process everything Megyn Kelly had revealed, Blake and Ryan's phones were buzzing nonstop with frantic messages from their publicists. When a celebrity's image starts falling apart so publicly, their response speaks louder than any words. Within less than an hour of leaving the TIME100 Gala, their crisis teams were already scrambling into action. According to top celebrity crisis manager Tessa Winters, this wasn't normal PR cleanup. This was the kind of urgent response saved for scandals that could destroy careers. Rather than directly responding to any of Kelly's accusations, Blake's Instagram suddenly featured a sweet photo of her baking cookies with her kids, painting her as the devoted mom Kelly had questioned. Entertainment reporter Marco Sanchez shared that these weren't random pictures. Sources inside Blake's team confirmed they have a secret stash of staged images ready to post during emergencies. The damage control didn't stop there. By early the next morning, glowing articles about Blake's new movies were popping up in major magazines, pieces that had clearly been prepared ahead of time and quickly pushed out to distract from the controversy. Blake also announced a $250,000 donation to a maternal health charity just hours after Kelly's takedown, a classic PR move to shift the narrative. Digital experts noticed strange activity too. Thousands of fake, supportive comments flooded Blake and Ryan's social media, all posted within minutes. Meanwhile, Ryan canceled his scheduled TV appearance, blaming a sudden illness after producers refused to ban questions about Kelly's speech. Behind the scenes, their team worked hard to silence reporters by offering exclusive content in exchange for promises not to mention Kelly. Megyn Kelly didn't just expose Blake and Ryan, she made people question if anything about celebrity life is truly real anymore. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.